I'm Dr. Lutzmary, Associate Professor in the Department of Computer Science Engineering, Rohini in the College of Engineering and Technology. I'm going to take the topic IAM challenges, IAM architecture and practice for the subject cloud computing. So identity and access management lets administrator authorized who can take action on specific resources, giving you full control and visibility to manage Google Cloud resources and so IAM challenges. New cloud-based IAM solutions are rising favorably as they standardize and streamline identity management. However, when businesses adopt cloud computing, managing administrator access is challenging. Access management involves managing user identities, controlling access to those identities and the resources that go with them, and monitoring the entire process to ensure your organization is. So additionally, it is about enhancing user experience and ensuring that your digital transformation strategy works. Even though the number of data breaches is increasing and the stolen credentials cost most of them, and it's crucial to view access management from a broader perspective than merely IT security. So identity access management are crucial. So first, it helps your employees to stay compliant with your organization's rules and regulations. Second, it guarantees that employees can use the right tools and resources when they need to keep working. Third, you can regulate the flow of information among your employees. Lastly, access management enables you to monitor and regulate the behavior of your employees. Success management can improve the overall user experience of your organization. You can achieve this by making information easier to find, enabling employees to access it, or to facilitate team collaboration. So you can identify the user, resources and services for the user to need access for cloud native security. IT infrastructure in modern businesses are more decentralized than ever, and end user requires on-demand access to an ever-expanding catalog of cloud services. So major challenges of using IAM as companies switch from storing their data on-site to storing it in the cloud, centralized on-site data has become decentralized. This gives different departments more freedom but makes IAM more dangerous. In a centralized system, all organizations' users share the same username. This gives the admin control over who can access the data, then in charge of managing user identities, user credentials, user profile and user identification attributes. As you move data away from a central location, you may need to employ decentralized identity management. In decentralized identity management, each department has its user identification system. Each department is in charge of user identity and access rights, which are not shared with the other departments. This means that each department takes on some duties of centralized administration. The advancement of technology has made it simpler than ever for employees to perform their job in comfort of their home, work from home. So managers must have the ability to keep track of who may access a particular system. This may be challenging, but IAM is the tool for that. So challenges of IAM. So managing user identities and permissions is a complex task. It is accomplished correctly to ensure that the procedure is smooth for the company. Using a practical approach, you can execute a seamless procedure that will benefit your organization and help you to overcome identity and access management difficulties. Lack of centralized view. As you move data from a central location, you may need to employ decentralized identity management. So each department has a user identification system. Each department is in charge of user identity and access right, which are not shared with other departments. This means that each department takes on some duties of decentralized administration. The advancement of technology has made it far simpler than ever before for employees to perform their task in the comfort of their homes. Because of this, manager must have the ability to keep track of who can access a particular system. This is challenging. So as far as IT and finance manager lack a centralized perspective of application, they have little to no understanding of the resource-based cost. SaaS management platform Ziluri empowers you to get a centralized view of the SaaS apps in yours. It keeps track of app users and give real-time insight to the app. Ziluri integrates several single sign-on. It gather a list of authorized apps and login events from the SSO single. So difficulties in user lifecycle management is a strategy and a tactical plan for onboarding And setting up a procedure that enables each user to work smoothly across multiple devices and services on the network and remove the access promptly during onboarding. So when a user successfully log in, the system will give you resources, processing time, memory, storage space, as well as the bandwidth. Depending upon the system space, this can be available even when logged. So manual provisioning and deprovisioning, it's all a biggest task. You have to have a core delivery directory service, that is like Active Directory membership in certain security group automatically give the right permission to their role. Midlife management, it's critical for organization to identify and explain the crucial stages of employee going through the employment period. For example, the roles of digital entities linked to specific application through permission called entitlements. So these define what a user role can and cannot do for their access. If a user says change job within an organization, they may to access to different resources that may not be no longer access to others. So using the role is easy to switch departments and give away access. So onboarding and offboarding. So can provide access tools, provide work tools for the first day of onboarding. Access can be provided to user for new apps or tools for a new role assigned. Thus it helps manage employee life management. So next we will see IAM architecture. IAM architecture have the user life cycle. So far I explained. So what is a life cycle? So user authentication management, it will have the authentication management service that is linked with the access management service, and the authentication and access management. Then you have the user management authority and user management services. Authorization management, this state you have to monitor and audit it. At the system and application actual site where it is going to be implemented, you have to provision the data management and provision. We will see one by one. User management consists of activities for the control and management over the identity life cycles. Authentication management consists of activities for effectively controlling and managing the processes for determining which user is trying to access the services, whether those services are relevant to him or not. Authorization management, whether he can the access is allowed to the according to the policy of the organization. Access management, request to be made by the user wanting to access the resources within the organization. Data management provisioning, the authorization of data and identity are carried towards IT resource through automated or manual processes. Monitoring and auditing, based on the defined policies, the monitoring, auditing and reporting are done by the user regarding their access to resources within the organization. Operational activities, so in this process we onboard the new user on the organization system and application and provide them with the necessary access to the services and data. Deprovisioning works completely opposite in that we delete or deactivate the identity of the user and de-relinquish all the privileges of the user. Because credential and attribute management are bound to the individual user. So the process is generally allotment of username, password and password expression, encryption. Entitled management provide only the privileges according to their roles. Federation, identity federation management, the federation or the association came together exchanging the user resources. Centralization of authorization, it needs to be developed in order to build custom authentication and authorization. So altogether, relationship begins provisioning, authentication, authorization, self-service, password management. Then you have to have the deprovisioning, compliance, relationship end. Thank you.